All right, welcome to another episode of your Space Coast Real Estate Show. My name is Jesse Hall. With me, as always, is John and Michelle.
Hey, hey,
Hey.
the holiday show.
Yeah, so we're talking Christmas, but first let's recap with a little bit of Turkey Day, one of the better, funner events throughout the year that we get to enjoy, brings family and friends closer together. It's a big travel weekend as well,
For sure.
and that Wednesday, always before that Thanksgiving Thursday, one of the biggest party days of the year. Everybody's in town for family,
It's also
and they
the,
also
the busiest takeout restaurant
yeah.
day of the year. A lot of people didn't know that, but
yeah.
Not
I learned that when we had a
cooking.
pizza place in Fort Lauderdale.
Well, when everybody is preparing for the following day,
Yeah,
the last thing anybody wants to do is cook.
Yeah.
I'm not going to cook 2 days in a row.
they're already
Who
cooking.
Who would do that? Yeah, they're already cooking. Pie's already in the oven.
Yeah.
Everything's getting
Order
pre-cooked.
some pizzas, get some Chinese.
Yep, that's so smart.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start with Michelle. Ladies first. How was your Thanksgiving? Are you a cook? Do you cook your meal, or do you let others host?
Well, it depends on where I'm at.
Well, this year.
This year,
yeah.
I was more the host. I mean, the
Attendee.
attendee. Yes, thank you.
Oh, so you got to be invited.
I got to be invited.
That's always nice.
I did provide. My mother and I joint effort provided the cornbread dressing,
Ooh.
and I'm learning her recipe that is not written down, so she's handing it down to me finally.
That's exciting.
Yes, it was. It was nice, mother-daughter time, preparing the cornbread dressing and different things.
What are you thankful for?
Oh,
Good question.
that's a good question. In fact, my sister had this cute little tree that we had to all write it on. It had sticky little leaves that we put on.
What did yours say?
So I said, first of all, my faith in God and for the blessings that He provides in salvation,
Amen.
and family and friends. You can't get much better than that.
Yep.
So that's what I'm thankful for.
What's your favorite item of all the fixins? Is it the turkey, the ham?
Oh no!
Is it the-
It's gonna be like the green bean
the stuffing?
casserole, like
Really?
the cornbread dressing.
Gotcha.
I'm a
Ah.
vegetable person. My sweet
Love
potato
green bean.
casseroles. Yeah,
Love green bean casserole.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then of course
So
pumpkin
good.
pie.
Then
Which
the pies.
pie?
Pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie?
All the
Now-
pies.
Yeah.
All the pies?
Yeah, I like them all, but
Well,
pumpkin.
no,
it's traditional.
we have
I'm
to-
a
we have to-
traditional kind of person.
You have to choose. And pumpkin is seasonal.
Right. Right.
You get pecan pies pretty much year round.
Mhm.
Nothing like a good pecan pie with a scoop of ice cream.
Ice cream.
You warm it up.
Oh,
Yeah, so here locally, in fact, right here in the same plaza is Cypress Table.
Mm.
They just moved in, a new neighbor. But Patricia and the Cypress Table people have been, I've been a big fan of those. And she had offered some pies, and I got her deep dish pecan and chocolate bourbon pie.
Oh.
Oh, everybody. It was a hit.
Mm.
But it went up against some very hard contenders because that's what I brought. That's what I contributed. The sister brought a banana cream pie cheesecake
oh.
Ooh.
with the vanilla wafers. Oh, man, that was heaven.
Cheesecake.
Yeah.
And then a really big Costco pumpkin pie.
Oh,
So we had the 3 pies.
That sounds like everybody won in that contest.
mhm.
Oh, it was so good. And what's even better is my brother's new girlfriend hosted.
Ah.
So that was kind of unique because,
She's not even family.
she's not even
technically.
family.
Yeah.
And she's like, everybody come over, because she has a little daughter and it's hard to move the daughter around.
Right.
So she hosted and we brought all, everything to her. And
Nice.
oh, yeah. No, it was splendid.
My sister hosted this year, and it was joint between her husband's family and our family.
Well, I know John's answer.
Oh,
John,
yeah.
well, John's a partier. He likes to invite everybody. What would you do? Did you go
Well-
somewhere or did you host?
Well, my sister has a house down in Delray, so
Oh.
she actually hosted. So,
Oh, so you got to South Florida. Okay.
everybody uprooted and went down there. And
Cool.
my brother lives down there, and my sister has a house down there. She lives in Melbourne Beach, but she also has another house down there.
Nice.
And so she said, we're having Thanksgiving in Delray.
Delray's a cool town.
My brother brought a keg. We had a kegger.
A keg.
It was a pony keg, but still,
Oh.
we made it float.
So what's your favorite fix-in or main?
Oh man, it's so hard to choose. But I'll tell you what, my sister-in-law made it was a cornbread casserole.
Ooh.
It was ooey gooey and delicious.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah, we had a cornbread casserole with cheddar on it. and
Yeah, it had
melted cheddar.
cheese.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's amazing cornbread casserole. You think there's not one that's identical. It's kind of a family thing that
Right.
they just incorporate their own favorites. You know, like my mother has the chicken and all the, you know, the cornbread, of course, and then vegetables and things. In Louisiana, we have what we call the Trinity.
The Holy Trinity.
And not talking about the Holy Trinity. It's the Cajun Trinity.
the Cajun Trinity.
And it's the vegetables,
It's
bell
peppers,
bell
onions,
pepper, onion,
and
celery.
celery.
Right.
And then you get
so
the
that
Pope.
goes in everything.
and then the Pope is garlic.
Oh, okay. I have to remember that one.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that one. So,
Yeah.
So yeah, our cornbread dressing has a lot of that kind of stuff, and
Sounds
the
amazing.
sage and the poultry seasoning. It's
Oh,
a
and my
very,
mom-
you know.
My mom makes the best turkey stuffing in the whole wide world.
Really? Now you guys are making me hungry. I hope you,
So
I hope
good.
you brought some leftovers.
I haven't eaten all day either.
I had leftovers for days.
Oh,
Yeah. And
well, that's the good thing about me. Someone else hosting, I didn't have to worry about all that.
exactly. No, they sent me with a nice little care package and some ham sandwiches and of course, you know, a little piece of pie, a little piece of the sweet potato casserole. That was magical. And some mashed potatoes and gravy. A little bit of everything, just enough, you know, to have that, you know, that last parting part of
Right.
the holiday.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's get back to John, your favorite dessert. Which,
My favorite dessert.
Yeah.
So,
well,
I
you
gotta
know,
go.
of all the pies.
I got to go with
Thanksgiving.
the pumpkin pie. Because,
Pumpkin pie too?
Yeah.
Okay.
'cause
Pumpkin.
with the whipped cream on there,
Yeah.
it's all Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
There's,
100%.
There was 4 of them there.
That's a lot of pie.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Then there were some apple pies that were real good. A couple of pecans and
Mm-hmm.
Pecan. Wait a minute.
Pecan.
It's not a pecan.
pecan.
That's a
pecan,
can that you buy in the store with peas in it.
A pecan.
It's a
A
pecan.
pecan pie.
See, we got a southerner in the studio telling us how to pronounce.
Tomatoes. I'm from Detroit.
Oh, okay.
Pecan.
Pecan.
Pecan. So, yeah.
I
Love.
would like to say what
love
I'm
food
thankful
holidays.
for.
Yeah, go for it.
What are you thankful for?
I am thankful for my very new daughter.
Yes. I
That's
saw
excellent.
that. Congratulations.
Adopted
Awesome.
my stepdaughter last week,
That's amazing.
right
Congratulations.
before Thanksgiving. So that was my biggest blessing ever.
That's awesome.
I saw. I
Congrats.
didn't read the whole poem, but it was a poem titled "Stepped Up Dad." Instead
Stepped up dad?
Instead of a stepdad, it's a father figure that stepped up to be the dad.
Yeah.
And I thought that was kind of cool. And I know a
Yeah.
lot of gentlemen and
Hmm.
and
I'm gonna have
family,
to look
friends.
that poem up.
yeah.
Mhm.
So,
Give it to my daughter.
Yeah. So
Well, that's all
Very
very
cool.
sweet.
Very
I
nice.
guess I'm most thankful that, you know, when other people are having struggles with their business and losing family and friends because of you know, virus or depression or anything else that's plaguing our nation and world, you know, and this whole thing that's going on. Anyway, not to dive into that, but I just really appreciate and I'm super thankful that I still can. I have the ability to put food on the table, and I have the health, which is our greatest gift. And so, you know, coming through now into 2022 and not having to be on food stamps or homeless or anything else like that, where, you know, there's a lot of that going on. So super grateful for that.
Yeah.
Very good.
And
I'm
again,
into that.
tons of prayers for everybody else who doesn't have that fortune. You know, a lot of people may have lost their breadwinner, or perhaps, you know, they lost a family business or anything else. A lot of small businesses got crushed in the last 18 months. And so lots of prayers for them. But yeah, thankfully still got the studio, still able to record and bring the messages to our great audience. So thanks for tuning in once again. And,
And
make sure.
let's not
Yeah.
forget about the you know, one of the big purposes of the holidays is it's about giving. So
Right.
Yeah, and it just so
back.
happens to be our Christmas episode on Giving Tuesday. So of all the, you know, themed days, you know, Black Friday, and then you have Small Business Saturday. Sunday, I think everybody kind of takes off, but Cyber Monday and then
Yep.
Giving Tuesday.
Giving
And
Tuesday.
so it's a series of different themed days. Of course, me being a small business guy, I really like Small Business Saturday, and of course, I really like Giving Tuesday, because it just makes sense. When everybody's out there spending and the fury of getting the best gift at the best price, we need to slow down and say, well, what's really the spirit of this season?
How can I help?
And there's so many less fortunate out there.
Right.
Again, losing businesses, losing their health, they can't go back to work, or wherever the case may be, and there's a lot of people in need this season, this year, more than most years, especially with inflation and everything else. Nobody's going to have those nice big gifts probably this year. A lot of us middle class are going to be,
the squeeze is on.
Tighten up that wallet, and it just, again, this year it's going to be kind of a constricting year.
Right.
Maybe next year we'll be able to expand a little bit more.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of constriction going on, and it is what it is.
Yep.
You just make do. Again, you value the friendships, the family, the visiting, the sharing stories, sharing our lives with people that we love, and less about what we're getting and what we're taking home and all the cool gifts. So Hanukkah just began for all of our Jewish audience. May your Festival of Lights be as blissful as ever, and certainly, thank you for tuning in. We do have a pretty good Jewish contingency here in our constituency, I should say, here in Brevard County.
Yeah, we do.
So they have a great time. They do some fun festive things. So there's all kinds of festivals going on. Saturday we just had the Vera Light Parade, which we talked about in the previous episode. We have a lot more going on. I know for me personally, there's a lot of corporate events. Okay, I think I have one every single weekend, if not twice a week,
right,
with different groups, celebrating, from mortgage lenders, like I'm sure you're inviting people, and title companies, and everybody's having their company parties, and and client
DJ
appreciation.
Season, huh?
It is. I had a couple of gigs over the weekend. Turkey Trot, of course, every year on Thanksgiving morning. I announce for the Cocoa Beach Turkey Trot, and then I do a 100-mile cycling race in Kissimmee, St. Cloud on Saturday morning.
Ah.
Oh, yeah, that was fun. So,
a century.
Yeah, it's a long day, and there's always people who do a century. They use that race to do their very first.
That's not Claremont, is it?
No, this is St. Cloud.
Ah.
Yeah, so they start in St. Cloud, go down to Kenansville and back. It's you're wide open, very flat, very fast race. We had the 100-milers coming in under 4 hours,
Jeez.
like at the 3:55 mark. About 80 riders came in. The majority of the riders went very, very fast and hard that Saturday. Yeah, right. So, that was exciting, but it was tough because my family's in Fort Myers, so I had to leave the Turkey Trot on Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah.
Travel 3 hours, go eat, slept almost all through Friday, hung out with some friends over there, and then Saturday morning at 2 a.m. got in the car, ran to St. Cloud. Set up, worked till 3 or 4 in the afternoon. Finally got home about 5. Crashed.
Yeah, that's a definite crash.
I mean, yeah, it was a very long day.
Friday morning is like rolling around on the floor.
Right. Stuff
like, why did I eat so much?
It was ham sandwiches and eggnog and Christmas carols and helped my mom get all the Christmas decorations down. But those are the fun parts, right? I mean, how many people? I think most people. In fact, raise your hand out there if you're listening. How many people decorate that weekend right after Thanksgiving?
My wife made me.
Yeah. Okay.
She's
So
like, this year we're doing
right.
it early because last year I did it like the week before. She
Right.
was like, not this year.
No.
You get your butt up in the attic and get all that stuff down.
I think
right
that's
now.
tradition, right? Like you don't have to go anywhere to eat. Okay, we're staying home, and now let's put up the tree. Let's get the wreath on the door.
Yep.
Let's climb those ladders and put up lights around the house.
I was the first one on the block.
Oh.
Were
this
you?
year. Yep.
That's awesome.
Well, we were traveling home, so it was kind of hard. But I
Yeah.
put my tree up before we left for Thanksgiving.
Oh,
I didn't decorate it; I just put it up.
that's proactive.
Got it ready.
Okay.
And then when we were at my parents', we had Thanksgiving at my sister's. So I'm like, okay, well, we can go ahead and put my tree up at my mom's. So I did my
Right.
mom's tree, and then I've started getting mine together last night. It's not quite finished.
We did
I'm a
everything.
decorator. I have to go all
Yeah,
out.
you got
Of
to.
course. In fact, we expect pictures for the next
okay.
episode. Yeah,
Okay.
and maybe of each of your homes,
Oh, okay.
because we will have a last show of the year. We'll
Right.
do
Yep.
the New Year's Eve show,
For sure.
and that'll be coming up. So look out for that. And we're gonna have lots of tips and tricks as far as what you need to do as a homeowner to make that turn into a new year.
Yep.
There's a lot of unfinished business that maybe you want to collect. There's maybe some projects that you want to put on your list. So we're going to have all kinds of fun topics for that one. But let's talk about Christmas and
Yes.
the holiday season in general. Winter solstice, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. There's all kinds of different, things as we get into the end of the year. Winter solstice, as we all know, is kind of the very shortest day of the year, kind of when, the axis of the earth kind of changes and the direction of how the sun sets and the path. Anyway, all that technical celestial stuff aside.
Restarts a new cycle.
Yeah, and so it's a new beginning. The spirit of, okay, what is past is past. Now let's look forward and
What's to
ask
come
for
is to what to come.
right. And so in this season of gratitude, starting with Thanksgiving, and I hope all the way through to Christmas, being thankful for, again, the simple things: family, health, God, and faith, and whatever else you hold dear. Things that are not material, the things that you're going to need, essentially, or when nothing else is there, when material things don't exist, you're going to have the people closest to you, your health, and so on. So, making sure that we always give thanks for those kind of things is always very big. But let's talk about like some traditions. What do you guys find is the most family-orientated thing that you guys do as a family to kind of celebrate? I know there's like Wickham Park has this big drive-through thing that they do, and the Boy Scouts, they do an incredible job.
That's really nice.
Yeah, and it's like this big, you just drive through, and it's a big light show of sorts, right?
That's fun.
And so, there's some traditions. So what are some traditions in your households that you guys do?
My parents and I and my family, we go to that every year, that Wickham Park light show.
Yeah.
And then we have a kind of a unique tradition that we do every year, and I'm expecting the call any minute
Oh.
Is that right?
from my mom. But every year, right after Thanksgiving, sometimes the first week of December, we get we all adjourn to my mom's house, and we have a cannoli shell making party. So we all get together and we make all the dough, and we put them on the dowels, and
Do you need
we
a taste
fry
tester?
them up.
I know you.
I'll bring a whole
Quality
plate.
control?
We make
Yeah, right.
hundreds of cannolis, so I'll bring a
hundreds.
whole, yeah.
Oh, I want at least 5 then.
So I'll bring a whole plate of them for one for each of you.
Oh,
One
2
for
for each. What?
I was like,
No,
One for each of my fingers.
One plate each.
oh,
There you go. I
oh,
like
okay.
Yeah,
Good answer,
yeah,
good answer.
Enough for everybody.
I love a cannoli.
Oh, and my mom makes I don't even know how to make it,
Mm.
but she makes the best cannoli cream on the face of the planet.
Well,
Nice.
it starts with a good regat
It does.
and some sweetener, confectioners or something, or some condensed milk or something. I've seen all kinds of
It's some old school Italian secrets
yeah.
that I haven't been imparted to yet.
And a little
mother
bit,
hasn't revealed
a
that
little
yet.
bit of
Yeah.
anise.
Yep.
Just a little bit to
For
get that.
Sure. There's
know.
some anise in there.
Yeah. So so there's
An
some
orange peel.
seasonings. Little orange zest.
Mm-hmm.
Not-
Yep.
Now you're getting a little too, that we got to protect our heritage. that Italian secrets. So yeah, I love a good cannoli and certainly homemade shells
Yep.
because
the dowels that we put the dough around to fry them.
mm,
They were my grandfather's dowels. They're older than I am.
Wow.
So they're
That's
seasoned.
definitely
Nice.
tradition.
Yep,
Yeah.
those
That's
are
cool.
seasoned.
yeah. One thing I'm glad my mom and my aunts took away from my grandmother because she's been, bless her heart. I'm not sure how many more Christmases are ahead of her, but needless to say, she's not in a condition to do the cookie parties. But the aunts still carry on the tradition. We get the pizzelles, we get the wedding balls. We get all those.
Yeah, I'll be making a patch of
Yeah.
pizzelles.
So we, I think my mom even got like a little pizzelle maker or something, like a little tabletop. Like they get really, really
Yeah, I got one of those last year
Festive.
for Christmas.
nice. So with
So now I'm obligated this year.
listen, just do it, and
Oh, I make them all the time for baby girls. She loves them.
Yeah.
well, they're delicious.
Yeah.
I mean, and the recipes again all handed down. So when when the aunts get together and they actually commit to doing those. And now my cousins, my aunt's kids are now taking on that liberty as well, because now they have kids. So it's fun to see the tradition, get passed on from generation to generation. And of course, when they're younger, they we're all reluctant. I don't have kids, so it would be something different. If I had kids and I knew that I wanted to share that kind of tradition with them, I would certainly learn those recipes as well and make cookies on my own. But I just lean on my aunts and my cousins now, and I was like, hey, you making your cousin a little, care package, right? And but it's one of those things that it's almost, you can't really celebrate a Christmas or the holidays without those kind of touches.
Yeah.
The homemade cookies or cannolis in your case. But what else? Did anybody make like a good coquito or homemade eggnog or anything like that?
Ooh, I just got some coquito, some moonshine coquito.
And you didn't bring none for our festive holiday show?
No, it's for the wife, so she is, I think she might have polished it off, to be honest.
No way.
But a friend of mine, his girlfriend's Puerto Rican, so she made up a homemade batch.
So what else is tradition? You guys, besides Wickham Park, any other things? We have the Christmas parade, like I said, in Vera, which just happened. Anything else? Any like shopping days that you go shopping with the family or anything fun like that?
My family's not like big traditional, like
no
everything. When my parents were still working, my dad's a minister. We always had an open house. Where we would prepare a lot of the homemade desserts and different things, and then people from the church would come over and everything. So that was always fun, but then my parents have retired, so we don't do that any longer. And I'm not usually in town. I'm there, so I don't really host a lot at my house.
Gotcha.
So we just kind of do a lot of different things from year to year. My husband.
Nothing wrong with winging it on the holidays.
Right, just to make it kind of just whatever feels right that year. Yeah. My husband and son and I, not last year, but in some recent years past, we have actually gone to Tennessee and spent a Christmas in a log cabin in Tennessee.
We did that one year.
And I mean, we had matching pajamas, and all that cute stuff. And we literally just got up, watched the fireplace,
hot cocoa.
The cabin had a pool table and had dart board and just those kind of
sledding.
things. Yeah, no, I mean, we didn't leave the cabin all day for that Christmas day, and just hung out, watched movies, played the games,
listen to the fires crackling.
Yeah,
we had a hot tub, an indoor hot tub.
Nice.
I kind of came out like a little sick, and everybody else went like skiing at the local mountain. And it's North Carolina, so it's not like big crazy skiing. It was like just like a little bunny hill. But they were all out, and I was like feeling under the weather. So my mom got me into the hot tub, and that helped. She put some kind of like peppermint or something in the hot tub water, so it kind of helped. With the congestion and stuff. Yeah, so she's very homeopathic like that.
And all that steam.
It really helped. And then I slept really good, and so for me it wasn't that great. But listen, if you go to Gatlinburg or Pigeon Forge or anywhere like that, Beach Mountain, whatever, certainly
beach.
Get up there,
right? That's really nice.
And especially because I hadn't seen snow before that.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and so even though it was like just pockets along the road, but we got out and just
whipped it at each other.
Threw it at each other, yeah, just little stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the real the first time I actually went like real snowboarding, out in Colorado, totally different thing. But yeah, snow angels, the whole thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just pockets of little things. But again, it's Tennessee. It's December.
It's hit or miss in Tennessee. Yeah. We went to Utah one Christmas as well, Park City, Utah, and spent
Park
Christmas.
City, and oh man,
amazing.
See, that's like a winter wonderland.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure
I mean, not only just the snow, but then all the lights and everything too. So it was really nice.
Well, it's beautiful to see the snow covered, chalets and all that other stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody's dressed up, nice and warm.
Nighttime sleigh ride on a horseback sleigh ride.
That sounds amazing.
That was nice.
Here in Florida, we don't have snow and all those fun things.
Actually, I'm planning a trip this year because my daughter's never seen snow before. So we're thinking, I don't know, either Detroit or Wisconsin or something like that. I got a friend of mine who's got a big cabin in Wisconsin. I mean,
Oh, nice.
Take her up there for a weekend
Yeah.
or a long weekend.
That sounds amazing.
Do everything you just said: snow angels and
Yeah.
sledding and
We did a lot of
snowball
hiking
fights.
more in Utah because we weren't used to the altitude and the elevation and the
It'll-
cold.
yeah, I'll tuck
It
It'll
was
get to
negative
you.
14, and so
Yikes.
That
we
is
just did more hiking.
Cold.
but it was really nice. We saw a lot of cool things, even just on foot, walking through the woods.
I'm
and
sure.
stuff.
I'm sure plenty of wildlife and so
Right.
on. What about like Christmas Eve? What's your guys' tradition for the night before Christmas? I'll start. So
Yeah.
we always exchange like one gift,
Oh, okay.
and it's always pajamas.
So
So
you wear 'em that
the
night.
so the mom, will give my brother and I some like nice like bottoms, some flannel bottoms, and,
Uh-huh.
and maybe my little sister, she'll get like a nice top or something, but we all change into them.
Aw.
Oh yeah, and then
Ugly sweater T-shirt.
we try to get to we try to get to bed early, and we usually like watch like a fun movie, because that's
Mhm.
what other way you can do it. So it's either
Right.
like Home Alone, Christmas Vacation, Elf, or some other classic, Bad Santa. Now that my sister's old enough, but yeah, and so that's kind of tradition. Now Christmas morning, it's all about the Baileys and coffee.
Oh yeah.
100% Baileys and coffee. First thing before we wrap presents or anything else, we get our Baileys and coffee. Then we sit down around the tree, and again share a nice little blessing, and then we just go around in a circle, and everybody opens their gifts in like an orderly fashion, so nobody misses what the other person
Right,
got.
right.
So everybody
Takes their turn.
Yeah, and that's just our tradition. That's
Yeah.
our way of doing things.
Mhm.
And there's always, of course, well, Michelle, you may probably do this better than most people. We do one tree, and we have ornaments. So my mom, for the longest time, we always got her those Hallmark, like little moving ones, snow globes and light ups and
Yeah.
all kinds of fun things. So that was always a tradition, regarding the decorating and leading up to Christmas. But yeah, Christmas Eve, pajamas, Christmas Day, Baileys and coffee.
And presents.
Yeah.
The rest of the presents.
Nice.
Of course.
Ours has kind of evolved over the years,
Mhm.
and we used to, when I was in my teens, we used to go to midnight mass, and then we'd come back from midnight mass,
Yes.
and then open all our presents right then and there.
Oh wow.
Santa came while y'all were at mass.
Yeah, that's right. Because we were all a little bit older, and
Yeah.
then we
Right.
took all the presents for the kids, and
Oh, okay.
because they were all passed out, we
Yeah.
put them
Right.
under the tree. Oh, look, Santa came.
Sure.
But then now, and we used to all buy gifts for everybody. Bought gifts for everybody.
Mhm.
So my mom used to have like 2 trees, and there'd be like gifts piled up to the ceiling. And so as we got older, I don't know where it came from. It wasn't my idea, but we started doing like we'd buy all the gifts for the kids, but then all the adults would just do like a draw, like pick
Mhm.
a name out of the hat, and we just get one gift for each person.
So because of
Or they call it white elephant.
White
White
Elephant,
elephant.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, but that's more like
We're doing that, this
that's
year.
that's random. So what we did this
Yeah,
year,
the
because
first time was
of
this year.
everything's being so skinny,
Yeah,
we just we pulled one name.
Mm-hmm.
Well, everybody gets one gift for that one person. Again, to keep things
Yeah, that's
sensitive.
like
'cause-
Secret Santa, right?
Yeah.
Secret Santa.
So yeah, it's more Secret Santa, and but certainly the white elephant for like more, everybody gets a random prize, a unisex prize,
Yeah.
or present for, and then we decide on like a budget, $15-$20, and so you never know what's gonna go around.
Yeah.
But what's always fun is the next person can pick any,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
so you
That can
always
get nasty.
you always
Yeah.
want to be the last person to pick, otherwise.
Higher the number, the better.
Yeah. So there's but again, that's more. I mean, I don't know about necessarily like a family for that white elephant game, but
That's
certainly
more like
for
an
like
office,
friends,
Yeah. or-
office friends,
friends,
yeah,
yeah.
those kind of things. Because again, it could be anything.
Yeah.
You're not getting specifically somebody that purse that they want in that color, or that specific cologne or perfume.
Yeah.
You're
After
get-
that keg of
you're
beer,
getting-
we had
Yeah.
we had some very horrible gift ideas.
Oh, really? Probably nothing you can repeat on the show.
No.
Yeah, exactly. That's hilarious.
Oh.
A keg of beer. Yeah, we're not big drinkers. Coffee and Baileys for Christmas Day, and that's Yeah, my family we don't really do a whole lot of more alcohol. You know, some spiked
Yeah.
eggnog maybe. What do you guys do, Michelle?
Well, it's kind of like John. You know, things change.
Oh, you
over
get plastered?
Time.
Yeah.
I'm getting plastered. You know, things change over time, and you know, you've got spouses and their families and all this. So when I was younger and my grandparents were still around and living, we would all go to my grandparents to the farm and have Christmas there with my aunts and uncles and cousins and everything. Well, then after grandparents passed, you know, that kind of tradition changes. But as far as like my husband, my son, immediate family, we pretty much do Christmas Day, not a whole lot of Christmas Eve.
Okay.
Sometimes, you know, there's a couple of Catholic churches that have the midnight mass. We've attended a couple of times here and there, just different things. You know, again, just kind of spontaneous. Before we do open gifts, though, we always, part of my grandfather, a little bit of a tradition when we went to the farm, we always read the Christmas story out of the Bible, and so we've continued to do that and just take turns, different
tradition.
ones, you know, would read the Christmas story, and just to remember that that's the reason for the season, of course, and
The reason for the season.
yeah, and then you know, we do that before we open the gifts and everything. So my dad's
very
always
sweet.
been a jokester. When my sister and I were little, he never put name tags on the Christmas gifts. He always came up with a code.
Oh.
Yeah, like one year it was the month of your birthday, so I'm in March, so he put a number 3, and then my sister was born in August, so hers was an 8, but we didn't know the code until Christmas Day.
That's funny.
So, because
So
he's
you're
like,
what do
yeah,
all these numbers
yeah,
mean?
because he's like, if you had your name on it, you'd be sitting there shaking it, you know, and then
Yeah.
trying to unwrap it or whatever. So, yeah, and every
That's
year
smart.
it changed. The code would change. You know, maybe like after we got a car,
I
what
may
color
have
was
to
your
adopt
car?
that.
Yeah. So I try to carry that on occasionally, sometimes, you know, just for fun.
Yes.
That's a fun little tradition.
Yeah.
That's fun.
So, but yeah, just spending time with the, you know, family, friends, and we do, you know, the Christmas at Wickham Park. My mom's from a historic town in Louisiana, Natchitoches, Louisiana, and if you've watched Steel Magnolias, that's where it was filmed, and that's where she's from. And they have a big holiday Christmas festival. And it got so big they used to be doing it just once a year, or one time thing, to light up all the Christmas lights along Front Street and the river and everything, because it's the main street is built on a river, faces a river. But it got so big that they had to extend it. So occasionally we'll go. It's about 2 hours from where my parents currently live. So we'll go up there sometimes and spend the night and watch the lights and everything. They have a big fireworks production, though.
Now, is it only
the
one
main-
day, or is it multiple days?
It used to be just that one weekend, and
Right.
it had like crafts fairs and a parade and fireworks, and the lights would come on at the end of the fireworks. Now they still do that, but then they keep the fireworks. I think they do have a smaller fireworks session or explosion every weekend, but it's a lot smaller. They don't have the craft fairs and things like that every weekend. So they had to kind of spread it out for a
Right.
whole. So we'll go up there. We're this year, my sister, my mom, and I are actually going to what they call a home tour, and it's all these historical homes that they've decorated for Christmas. And you buy a pass, you know, a ticket.
Well, that's
and
right up
you
your
go
alley.
through. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. I'd love to start that in Brevard County, by the way.
Well, you heard it here
you know,
first, folks.
Inspiring
Ma- ma-
home
ma-
staging home show, you know, or home tour, holiday home tour.
Holiday home tour. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds
Yeah.
fun.
That does
So,
sound fun.
you know, all the historical homes they've decorated and everything. They have carriage rides. So we're looking forward to that. My mom and my sister and I.
Yeah, I
So-
bet throughout EGAD, you know, the Rostetter home and all these other
right.
Oh, yeah.
homes. You know,
And
some of
just-
them are now, you know, kind of like mausoleums, and some of our bread and breakfast. But we have a lot in the EGAD area with the little blue kind of info
Right.
sign, like and
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of history
Right,
here.
oh, yeah.
And
Sure.
I think the homeowners or whatever, you know, museum curator, you know, I think they would love to have somebody come in there because it just draws attention to again
Right.
the home.
Right.
Why have all these preserved homes unless, you know, without at least dressing them up once in a
Sharing 'em
while?
out.
You know, I think
yeah,
that'd be a lot of
Right.
fun.
showing them off.
Right.
Yep. And we just saved, like, you know, the Green Gables.
Green Gables.
I bet they would love
Yeah.
to be
Right.
included in that because they
sure.
spent a lot of money
Oh,
They
yes.
did.
getting, you know, be able to afford that home and save it from, you know, demolition or anything else, because it's right on the river. It's one of the more historic, more fabled homes and properties here in Brevard County. So I think that could be something.
So if anybody's listening, give me a call.
We'll have to get in touch. I'm not sure if that's a couple different foundations or if there's just one historic society that we could approach.
Right.
Melbourne Beach, they have some beautiful homes.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it could be throughout Brevard County. I mean, all the way up in Titusville, Mims, down. Sebastian's got some beautiful old homes too.
Listen, if it's graded as historic, because historic homes they get a couple of privileges. Some tax-free stuff, and there's some incentives to get a historic property and improve it. And revitalize it. Yeah. So it's the renovations. Sometimes it's going from.
I love the woodwork. With
old
homes.
Well, that's the thing. Old homes have a lot more character, and not only that, but they were probably occupied by some of the early founders, and that's another reason why they're historic is because of the significance of who lived in it.
Yeah,
right.
And even though it's not like old New England, but Florida still has. Some pretty early roots, late 1700s, but certainly 1800s and early 1900s.
St. Augustine, the oldest city in America?
That's true.
It is.
Columbus actually settled that first.
So we have a lot to celebrate, and I think decorating them, I don't think anybody would be opposed to that.
No.
So we have to look into that.
Yeah. And speaking of historical homes,
Yeah.
Biltmore. I know it's not in Florida, but have either of you been to Biltmore in Asheville, North Carolina?
I have.
So
my sister.
I've heard great things about it. I know there's a Biltmore. When you mentioned that, there's one in Miami.
We used to
which
always
is a big resort.
Instead the
this
Biltmore.
This is a Biltmore Castle.
Yeah,
right.
It's huge.
It was owned by the Vanderbilts.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Okay. The very first time that we went was at Christmas or Thanksgiving week, and my son was just maybe 10. And it was candlelight tour of this beautiful home, historical, home castle, and it was decorated in traditional decor. Like using the citrus, the oranges.
I was up there
just
for Christmas
all that kind of
one
stuff,
time.
right? And not one time in that 3-hour tour did my son say, "I'm bored. Can we go?"
That's monumental.
So it was, and it was just a beautiful. So if you haven't been.
My
you
sister used to live in Hendersonville, which is right up the road from there.
Yeah. So
and I never knew of it until I went to visit her, and she's like, "Oh, the Biltmore, the Biltmore, the Biltmore."
It's beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, I've heard great things about it. But certainly, maybe we could do something fun like that.
Yeah.
In right here on the Space Coast. What about Christmas Day food? I know in my household it's lasagna.
Oh.
Yeah.
And
we do
meatballs and
lasagna,
sausage. Brioche. And what else do we do? Of course, all the cookies we could eat.
Cookies and my
Eggnog.
mom makes this thing called bignolata. It's a traditional Sicilian dessert, and it's basically like dough balls. So she takes the dough and she rolls it out and then chops it into these little dough balls and then fries them, and then she glues them all together with honey and drips chocolate.
Monkey bread.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, my grandmother used to do that as
and
well.
she makes like a tree out of it, like a Christmas tree out of it, with nuts and chocolate and
like little
that sounds
jelly.
incredible.
You just get in there and rip off chunks and
Nice.
so good. Bignolata.
Bignolata, yeah.
Interesting.
Which kind of like Louisiana beignet.
Beignet, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
So
I'm thinking.
I think it's like the similar thing. Just fried bread with sugar.
Yep.
Bring it on.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah. My grandmother would make the fried dough and just saucepan, enough oil, and just drizzle the dough and then it comes out like just a big kind of mess, and then of course powdered sugar. Oh, you name it. It's
sounds good.
yeah, traditions are fun.
Yes.
That's why I really try to get to learn what other people's do, because I'm like, well, we can't be is that exceptional that nobody else has their own unique stuff. I know the more I kind of share this with other people, everybody has their own little quirky thing that each family does, and like you said, you guys you may evolve as a family. You may go from one kind of set of traditions to another kind of set of traditions, especially when you marry into another family, because they're going to have their own, and you're going to have your upbringing and what you expect to happen, and then you bring it together.
Or else as kids grow up,
kind of combine it, and then the kids, so now you have so you have all these different things, and it's just so far out as to what people actually do for the holidays. So it's
Yeah.
fun. Some people, it's traveling. Like every Christmas, they go somewhere and visit this. And or sometimes cruises are now like a tradition with some of my friends.
Yeah.
Like they're like, screw it all. We are, instead of buying all these presents, we're just gonna buy tickets on a cruise, and we're gonna eat everything. We're gonna drink everything we want. We're gonna have just a blast, and we're gonna be in the tropical weather. And when everybody else is freezing and shoveling snow, and and having to put up the lights and the tree, and all, we're just gonna abandon all that and just go do something totally different.
The house will be empty,
Yep.
and the sand will be full.
Amen. Amen. So yeah, I love discussing those kind of things. So
we have steak
steak
potato.
for Christmas Day.
for Christmas Day.
Yeah.
My grandfather, again, kind of going back to him and his family, he was a cattle farmer, so
That makes sense.
That makes sense. But he didn't really like the traditional ham and turkey and all that. He's like,
Right.
well, we just had it for Thanksgiving. So occasionally we would go out to eat with him, and it would be, he would request a steak dinner at the restaurant. But
You guys go out to eat for
we
Christmas Day?
would with my grandparents. That was Christmas Eve when we go out with them. But we got to the point then we would just start, cooking at home, and we'd cook grill steaks. And then so we've kind of kept that tradition with my mom and dad.
Steaks.
And we'll just have steak and potatoes.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Nothing.
So an Italian tradition, John, you may share this
that
as well.
just reminded me of something.
Christmas Eve is all about seafood.
Oh.
Shrimp scampi,
Yeah.
clams casino, mussels fra diablo. Like
So
we
my
do
dad
all these
makes this Italian dish. It's another Sicilian dish
Yeah.
called polpo di patati, and it's octopus and potatoes, and it takes a week to make because
You gotta get
he
all that octopus
beats the
Well,
steak
crap
stuff.
you
out
gotta
of it with the
tenderize that, yeah.
tenderizer, and then he boils it for however long he does, and then he makes this special sauce that he marinates in.
Mhm.
It's basically, like almost like a vinaigrette, but
Right.
with all these different special seasonings
Mhm.
that he uses, and it sits in the refrigerator for a week, and then after that week, it's like tender, like
Nice.
yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Cool.
Come on, pops, got to come through.
You may have to share that.
Yeah.
That sounds ridiculous. I love some good octopus.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean squid, any of it, because I don't mind chewy. I actually like conch a lot.
Yeah.
Like conch
Oh, I
fritters,
love
conch
conch.
chowder,
Cracked conch.
crack.
That's my
All yeah.
favorite.
I mean, I kind of like that little chewy of a texture. I'm not offended by that at
No,
all.
Me neither.
And so when other people are like, oh, it's too
I'm
chewy,
done.
I'm like,
Nope.
yeah, but
Yeah.
so what? You have that much more
I
flavor.
prefer chewy than mushy.
Yeah.
Precisely.
this.
Me
I like
too.
a little bit of al dente.
Yeah,
And I
me
want
too.
something that's chewy where I'm like, is this a piece of gum or
Yeah, you gotta
food?
Chew it for half an hour
Right.
to get it down.
But certainly, just a little consistency, just a little bounce
Yeah.
in between the teeth,
Mm-hmm.
especially if it's flavored well and so on.
With some lime.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go. Little conch ceviche. Oh man,
Conch.
Yeah.
Ceviche.
yeah, we
Forget about it.
forget about it. So good. Oh man. So what else?
What about gifts? Gift ideas.
For this year,
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, I don't know.
I
know
think-
the supply chain situation.
I don't have kids.
making it kind of.
Listen. Let's be honest.
Have you,
The,
se-
the-
ever, have
the
you
supply chain is really affecting. I mean, I don't know. I go to the store and I still see plenty of inventory.
seen? Yeah,
So I think it's only affecting a little bit because I think there's such a backlog
Depends.
yeah,
of things. But certainly, it just goes to show that we need to stop purchasing so many things made overseas.
yeah, for
Right.
sure.
Buy local. Go to your local guy. Go instead of the big stores that
Yep.
that need all this imported stuff from China and other parts of the world and Asia and stuff. Find someone who does something local.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Find like a local soap maker, candle maker. I mean, there's so many different gifts that you could get
Right.
Yeah.
here at a farmer's market.
local
Go-
artist, the local
Yeah, we just had the art show here in Cocoa
Mhm.
Beach.
Yeah.
I was there Sunday.
craftsman and make
And
furniture.
You wouldn't believe all the cool stuff, and I'm like,
Yeah.
man, I wish I had some extra
Somebody to
money
buy it,
because I mean, all of it's like it's all of course craft. So there is a little bit premium, but you're helping another family. You're
Right.
helping a neighbor. That's probably struggling as well, and
Yeah.
and so when you help them, you're helping your community. You're helping again a kid with piano lessons or whatever else. So always try to shop as local as possible.
Right.
And if you're one of those people who must have whatever thing coming from across the way, then I'm sure that eventually it'll get there. But like I said, there's nothing that Italy or China has that we don't have here in the States.
That's right.
Now it may be a little bit more premium, but if you do something like our family, where you just draw a name and you get that one person, one gift. I think our maximum is like $75. I think we all agreed. Because again, if we're getting just for one
Something
person,
nice, yeah.
you know, it should be
We're doing
something
the same thing.
decent, right?
75
So-
bucks.
But I promise you, there is something that they would love that a local artisan, and again, it could be a local tailor, you know, some custom custom blazer for the gentleman, maybe a custom dress or something for the ladies. I'm sure there's something around. I don't think we're gonna see, you know, a big, you know, disappointment under you know, the tree for Christmas, unless the kids, of course, you know, they have to have something specific, like a PlayStation. I don't know if those are, you know, back ordered or what, but
Still can't find it from last year.
yeah,
I
but
was gonna say.
so I don't have all these problems. But what are you guys seeing as far as trying to shop for loved ones?
I like
Is this-
I like looking at new technology when it comes out. Did you see
Mm-hmm.
those new like translators that can translate like 40 different languages? You just talk into it, and then
There's an app on your phone for that.
there's an app on your phone for that.
Yeah.
Probably.
Well, now they have this little device.
That's something else I have to carry in my purse.
Yeah.
But whatever it is, that
That's
sounds fun.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm
Well, it's supposed to also listen.
Oh.
So if somebody's, you know, talking to
Speaking.
you, it's
translate it.
in like real time.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, like I'll say something in English and then it'll say
So
it
when you start
to you in
speaking
Italian, and then
Italian,
you say it in
yeah.
Italian, it'll say it back to
And the
you
mic.
in English, and you go back and forth. So,
Nice.
yeah, it's super cool.
That is cool.
What else? I mean, you have a son, but I mean, is
well,
he
he's
still?
wanting a new computer. You know, he's getting ready to
Well, he's at that
graduate.
age. Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting ready to graduate and knows the one that he's got. It's probably 4 or 5 years old. We got it from college.
Right.
So, yeah, he's wanting some tech. Yeah, getting ready for into the career field.
But I'm sure there's plenty of
oh, there's plenty, yeah.
computers in stock at Best Buy
Right.
and stuff. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't think that's going to be an
Microsoft.
issue.
No.
A PC?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you? You have kids, John.
Windows 11.
Yep.
What about it?
Um,
It's brand new. I don't think I would buy a Windows
well,
11.
so I got my
machine.
son a laptop for when school started. So
Mhm.
it's a brand new laptop. And the other day I popped it open and it just like automatically downloaded 11 onto it because it's such a new
Automatically.
computer. And I gotta say, it seems pretty stable.
Well, you would know. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of updates.
I've already seen a couple of updates, but
Mhm.
nothing crazy yet.
Good. Okay.
And yeah, I think Microsoft might have learned its lessons from Windows 10.
Nice. That's good.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully. So
It's not a really big departure from Windows 10. I
Right.
mean, it just has a little bit different of a look, but
Mhm.
not much. And it just, I don't know. I think they're just kind of updating their branding is what it looked
Right.
like to me.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely going to hold out. I know the studio needs a new streaming and video centric, type PC, because I am going to be upgrading these cameras, which are still nice. I mean, they're 1080i, but we're going to 4K,
Oh boy.
100% 4K. The software finally supports it. My graphics card is just a little bit old and it lags a little bit. So I'm going to wait to give the studio a nice little Christmas
I better,
surprise.
Christmas bonus.
I better
Yeah.
get out my my what do you call that stuff? The stuff for pimples and whatnot.
Acne cream.
You ever get my acne cream out because you're gonna have the 4K on. You'll be able to see all the
Oh.
Oh,
all
you're
the
so funny.
blemishes and my gray hair.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to start
No,
getting just for men.
it's okay to
I
have
don't
a
worry
little
about
salt
the
and
ball.
pepper.
Yeah.
4K.
I just say it's wisdom. It's all your wisdom coming
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
4K is
Yeah.
unforgiving.
Yeah.
it is, but I don't think anybody's going to be zooming totally in on this video. And if they do, yeah, I mean, they could
just
count our crow's
kidding.
feet. They could count our crow's feet if they like.
Count my crow's feet. That's a lofty task.
Well, guys, any last closing remarks before we put this one in the books?
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
That's right. So
Yeah.
Merry Christmas,
Merry
Happy Hanukkah,
Christmas.
Happy Kwanzaa, and whatever else you celebrate. Happy Winter Solstice, and I think I think it's going to be a good year. Again, remember to be grateful, and don't let others tell you that it's not good enough or whatever it is. I mean, I'm not sure what may come out of it, but if everybody just
keep a smile on your face,
does
a
the
lot
minimum,
of times,
and to look at whatever everything they have,
the holidays
Right.
can have
and not
kind
the
of
lack.
have a vibe of
Well,
some people gotta get
don't
not happy around the holidays.
Right, right. And with the gift giving, and
Keep
money
smiling.
budget being kind of low or whatever, we've gotten away from giving a lot of gifts.
Yeah,
you
we have too.
And
Just
we
for the
give,
kids.
Right, we give to the church
Mhm.
and local organizations and things like that to give back. But it's not about the gifts. It's
Yeah.
about the people around the
Yeah.
tree
Right.
and what we have to be thankful for and
So
thankful for year round.
Have
maybe
friends with
yeah.
your family, friends, and neighbors.
Right.
I think maybe starting new traditions is a unique way to give back.
Right.
So maybe pass down a family recipe.
Right.
I think the kids in your life, or new family members in your life would really appreciate that, because they're getting something that's so unique that you can't find in stores.
That's right.
So maybe look more internal
Right.
as to what you have already, that you maybe haven't thought about giving,
Right.
away yet.
Yeah. We
So-
do one thing that I just thought about real
Yeah.
quick. We call it a memory tree. We're
Oh.
talking about decorating and
Right.
stuff. We do our tree, I have to have everything all nice and pretty and perfect.
Sure.
But then we have a separate tree that's just a separate memories tree. And every time we go on a trip or we go somewhere, kind of unique, the craft fair, we bought some really pretty cool handmade ornaments. That goes on the memory tree.
Oh,
and it's
that's
a
a great
separate little
idea.
tree. When we have one from Biltmore and just different
The
places,
Biltmore.
and Utah and Vermont and different places that
I
we've
like that.
been. And it's a separate tree for all those special places that we've been and visited as a family, and that's kind of one of our traditions.
That'd be a nice takeaway.
yeah.
sure.
If
Just
if
kinda
you learn
thought.
anything this hour, memory tree. I'm
Memory
I'm
tree.
gonna have to start
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Parents and grandparents and family
Aw.
members that passed, you get a special ornament, for them
Yeah.
and things like
Aw.
that
Yeah,
too.
that's
I love that.
wonderful.
So yeah. So.
All right, let's not forget our shameless plugs. We'll begin with you.
Oh, shameless plug. Michelle Carpenter, Inspiring Home Staging and Redesign. We're here to stage all of your beautiful homes, even some that's not so beautiful. We can make it even more beautiful and have it sell fast. And give us a call, 321-806-6543. And we're actually doing a promotion.
Okay.
If you have never worked with us, a new agent, we will stage your kitchen and your bathroom of one property, a one-time deal, for free.
Wow.
So if
Whoa.
you've got an open house coming up and you have a vacant property, you want a little something extra to it for it, so give us a call.
That's a great bargain right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. No kidding.
Okay, I'm John
John.
Maselli, Movement Mortgage, loanapplyapprove.com. I'm a Homes for Hero lender. You can call me at 321-266-0703, or don't forget my website, loanapplyapprove.com. And, oh, yes, and I must tell you, to all you realtors out there, on December 16th at the Space Coast Association of Realtors, I have a very special guest. We're doing a lunch and learn for realtors, wealth building, and asset management for realtors. So it's going to be a great, great meeting. It's from 12 to 2 on the 16th, and don't miss it.
How fun. And once again, Jesse Hall, eXp Realty, give me a call for all of your real estate needs, 321-877-8737 today. And with that, thanks so much, guys, for joining me.
Happy holidays.
Happy
Merry
holidays.
Christmas.
And we'll see you for our New Year's show. Don't miss that. We'll be coming back about a couple weeks. Until then, may all of your business be successful. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.